there. So this is a painting that I did as a demo for a student, and simplified. This is a simplified painting, really. I'll put the link. I did a video with the student, and I'll put the link in the description. I like the sky very much, but the rest of it I'm going to change. I'm going to change from there down, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. The cliffs on this side, I like. They're going to have that green there. I just tried it out, and I'm going to try out the colour. So I'm going to use that in there. There's going to be some more cliffs, smaller, coming down here like that to about there. There's going to be a little lighthouse on the cliffs. The sea is going to come right down, and there's going to be a lot of wave action. The sea is going to come right down to here. And then this here, I'm going to put texture paste on it. Thick texture paste. Let it dry overnight. I'm going to put glue and sand on it as well. And let that whole section there dry overnight. But I can start with this section now to show you. As I said, I'll leave the link in the description of the original video that I did. So, in order for this to be, this was just my demo, but in order for me to put that in my gallery, I need to change it slightly, make it a little bit more complex. So that's what I'll do. So I'm going to start. Right, so I'm going to start with the texture. I can find it. Yeah, I'm going to start with the texture paste. Now, I use just ordinary, everyday. Oh, it's dried up quite a bit. It's all right. I use ordinary, everyday decorator's filler. Now, you can buy texture paste at the art supply store if you like, but it's a lot more expensive and totally unnecessary as far as I'm concerned. So in that, it's all dried up, you see. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue, PVA glue in there. So I'll just do that. PVA. Get some of that, right. Texture paste was as dry as a bone. It was like clay. And I've just added glue to it and completely revitalized it. So I'll just give it a good old mix. And I'm actually going to add some sand to this. Let me see. I've got some sand from the beach. We live right near the ocean. It's got a few shells in it and things, but that's okay. Right, beautiful sand. So I'm going to add that to my text, some of it. So here you'll see that I've put in some extended where I was going to have the sea, and I put in a lovely blue there. I've also put some more colour into the cliffs. So here I start to put in the surf. I'm using a white. I usually use cream in the sky and white for the surf. And as usual, I've left my white paint out overnight to thicken, so that it creates really quite ridged feel. I'll go over this again. I'll just put that first layer in and then go over again and make it even more sort of textured. So I've laid the painting flat, and that's a texture which I'm going to let dry. I've got a feeling I put too much glue in it, so if I did, I'll just go over with pure texture tomorrow. If I want it, if it sort of tries to dissolve. But anyway, so there we are. I do like the sky, don't mind. I do like the sky and the cliffs. And the colour of the sea is beautiful. Getting lighter as we get closer. I might put a bit more sand in that tomorrow. But I don't wash my brushes usually. Occasionally I wash them. But what I usually do is at the end of the day, when I've finished, I just spray them. Give them a good spray and put them into a cloth like this and leave them overnight. Spray the cloth so it's damp. I just leave them overnight, and then in the morning they'll be ready, and I'll just give them a quick wipe. I don't wash that. I don't want the brushes wet, because it'll affect the texture of the paint that I'm using. Right, okay, what's next? So I've decided to change the colour at the base of the mountains. I made a sort of purple. I did that with ultramarine black and like a red. So I've made a purple. I'll have some in there as well, just to vary it a little bit. I like the green on top, but I just wanted it. There, I do like the green on top. I'm going to do a thing to that sky. I really like the sky a lot. So, there. There. Well, it looks like sort of heather colour, like that. Let me see what it looks like in the... Yeah, I like that better, don't you? Another thing, I really like this colour, but there's a colour that I mix that I really love, and it's cerulean blue. Let's try it. If I don't like it, I can just put it back how it was. It's cerulean blue and black. And believe it or not, it's a little bit of yellow in it. Now I'll try this, because I've got the colour wrong. I can't remember how I did it. If it's not this colour, which is looking like it's not. No. Okay. It's not the cerulean, it's the ultramarine. I'll just get some yellow. Yeah, it's the ultramarine. It's ultramarine and yellow. Let's try it. There. Let's try this. black. Yeah, that's what it is. So, ultramarine, yellow. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use that same brush, and I've made it like a magenta, and I'm just going to pop in some little blobs here and there, just to signify some plants, you know, some seed heads or something. There. Yeah. Here and there. Here and there. Maybe I could have found a better brush, but I'll use this one. You've got to be careful. And another top tip: let the sea colour completely dry before you apply your surf, because if you don't, the blue will leach into the white and give you pale blue surf, and you don't really want that. So there we are. So I think we're finished, and I'll put the comparison up of how it looked before and how it looks now. And there we are. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, it would be very nice if you could subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to see further videos of mine, you can ring the notification bell and you will be notified when I put a video on. And with that, I'll say bye for now. And as always, love from Cornwall, the land of mist and legend.